Hey everyone, this is Sam Bettinardi here at Studio B in Tinley Park, Illinois. And today we wanted to talk to you guys about armlock putting and why it's so important to find the right length and loft for your armlock. I'm also joined by Dan DeBartolo, who's our head of product here at Bettinardi, and he's also one of the few level 1 certified instructors for Quintic in the world. So Dan, talk to us a little bit about why it's so important to find that length and loft in your armlock.
Yeah, and in order to putt effectively and really be confident in what you can do, it's important to have the proper specs on your putter. So when we come into Studio B, we have a variety of fitting tools, both with Quintic and V1, that we use to evaluate how you're putting the ball, and really your posture, the putter length, and the putter loft and lie are really the things that are going to dictate that. So we're always focused on getting those specs dialed in for you and making sure that you're as efficient as possible when you're putting.
Awesome. And I've actually never seen our new system yet or have been fit on it. And I'm a longtime Armlock user, been using for about 6 or 7 years. I know my specs off the top of my head, but I'd love to see what Quintic can do and how we can get this dialed in.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some putts here and we'll take a look at the data.
All right.
All right, Sam's hit a few putts here on our Quintic, so we've got some data here to take a look at and see how that putter fits for you. So when we're looking at the ball characteristics on the Quintic, there's a couple of things we're really paying a lot of close attention to, and that's really going to be your launch angle and then your spin, both forward and back, and then side to side. So there's a couple of things that we can tell right away. Good thing here is you've got a very consistent putting stroke, so that makes it easy for us to fit into. So first off, we can see that we've got a launch angle here that's -1.5. So what's actually happening is that putter has so little loft for you, you're actually hitting that ball into the ground. It's something that we see quite a bit with customers that they don't even realize that they're doing. And a big issue with that is you lose a lot of ability to control distance, a lot of inconsistency. You've also got a lot of forward spin. Again, you're kind of indicative there. Once the ball hits into the ground, it topples over itself. So the first thing that we would do for you with the putter that you have in your hand right now is we would go ahead and add a fair amount of loft to this just to get that launch into a positive window of about 1.5 to 2 degrees. And that's where we like to see customers, and I would expect to see that forward spin to come down to about 40 RPMs. That would be, again, right in that perfect window. The other thing we see is on the side-to-side RPM, you've got about -40 to 50 RPMs of hook spin. So what that suggests is you're probably a touch toe up. So we would go ahead and flatten out that putter for you, and we would expect to see that side spin get closer to 0. Again, looking for straighter putts, more consistent distance control.
Got it. That makes sense because on my personal armlock putter, I'm using one that has 7 degrees of loft, and all of our production armlocks have 5. So I'm not able to manipulate the system. The system's telling me already we got to adjust that loft back to what I'm used to at 7 and go from there.
Exactly, and this just highlights the importance to come in, get fit, because even though we have stock characteristics of our putters, there is no one-size-fits-all solution, and that's why we've got this wonderful fitting studio to get people the perfect putter for their stroke.
Perfect. Thanks, Dan.
Absolutely.
The other key factor in determining the right armlock putter for you is length. Length is so important, and when working with some of the best golfers in the world, most notably Matt Kuchar, who uses our armlock putter on tour, he suggests that you should have the butt end of the grip about 2 inches below your left elbow. So for me, when I'm setting up to this putter, I can already tell it's a little short. It's not the right length for me. But when you get the butt end about 2 inches below and it's right in the meaty part of your forearm, that's where you can have the most consistent stroke and repeatable time after time. It's not too far up. Anything over the elbow is illegal. And it's not too low where there's not as much body mass here to be able to lock onto your forearm. But we suggest 2 inches below. It gives you just the right amount of length to be able to be consistent and hole more putts. We do have 2 unique armlock options in the studio stock range, which features the SS28 Slotback, which is a wide body blade, in addition to the studio stock 38, which is a compact mallet. The biggest benefit of armlock putting, in my opinion, is its unique ability to take the small muscles, the hands, and the wrists out of the putting stroke and put more focus on your shoulders and your upper body. It just really quiets everything down, especially under intense pressure when you're out there playing your rounds. Check out our Studio B to learn more and get fit for an Armlock putter. Go through one of our authorized dealers and get fit.